Hello, this is Cameron from appOSX.com, and today we are going to be talking about yesterday's big announcement at WWDC, the iPhone 4. WWDC also stands for Worldwide Developers Conference and is obviously hosted by Apple. So let's go over with the iPhone 4. Okay, iPhone 4 guide by Cameron from appOSX.com. Design. Now, this is the biggest design change we've seen since the original iPhone. A lot of you could argue that there's a big change from the 2G to the 3G, however, not this significant. Now, there is glass on the front and back of the phone, which is the same glass used on windshields in helicopters and planes, which that means it has to be pretty strong when traveling at 500 miles per hour. It's 20 times stiffer and 30 times harder than plastic, and it's also welcoming to know that it is scratch resistant. Alright, part 2. The volume buttons are now separated, as you can see in this photo right here. The volume up button, the volume down button, and there's also the silent switch, which no longer, it looks easier to flip up and down than the previous phones where it's like it went around the phone rather than just up and down. It's roughly 34% thinner than the 3GS. Now, when you look at images, it might not look like it is, but once you hold it in your hand, if you just hold it in your hand, it feels a lot thinner. Now, it is roughly 3 grams heavier, but that's hard to notice. I mean, trust me. The iPhone 4, the dimensions are right there. I'm not going to read them out. I'll let you read those. And the bezel is now stainless steel, which is also welcoming. The bezel on the previous phones was just, it was the chrome shiny stuff that always got scratched up. So this is also very welcoming. The new Retina display is something else that Apple is highly praising. Now, this is the highest resolution display on a phone ever. It's 960 by 480 pixels and has 326 pixels per inch. The resolution is so high that the human eye can't even distinguish the pixels. The threshold or the point where the eye can distinguish pixels is 300. So when you look at this device, there's so many pixels your eye can't distinguish them, creating a clear, vivid picture where you can't see jagged lines and stuff. It has an 800:1 contrast ratio, which is 4 times better than the 3GS, 4 times as many pixels compared to the 3GS, and despite being roughly 4 times smaller than the iPad, has 78% of the pixels that are in the iPad. The inner hardware, or the inner guts, that powers this amazing device. As you can see, there's a rare look into the phone right there that Apple really hasn't shown before. It features the new A4 processor, which is the same processor found in the iPad. Now, the processor in the iPad runs at 1 gigahertz, so I mean, it just flies through switching pages, opening apps. I mean, it makes everything really easy. Now, the chip is smaller than the previous chip, which is like an ARM Cortex-8 in the iPhone 3GS, which allowed for a bigger battery. So as you can see, there's the chip right there and the bigger battery. You can also see the camera, sleep-wake mic, other cool stuff, and like the micro SIM tray. Now, another small note is the iPhone also has 2 microphones now instead of 1. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. The one on the top works with the one on the bottom to provide noise cancellation capabilities. So that way you don't hear the annoying guy in the background, the baby crying, the mosquito noise, whatever the noise may be, it'll be canceled. So when you have a conversation, it'll be a quiet one. The new camera is another awesome feature of this phone. It has 2 now instead of 1. There's a VGA quality camera on the front for FaceTime and hopefully also Skype and AIM, whatever hopefully they update their apps, which I'm sure they will. And the all-new 5-megapixel camera on the back, as compared to the 3-megapixel camera on the 3GS. Let me tell you, it takes gorgeous photos. I'll show you some pictures on the next slide. And it also takes 720p HD videos at 30 frames per second. This is excellent, and you can use these videos and edit them through the iMovie app, which will also be available for the 3GS on the iTunes Store, and you can buy it for $4.99. However, you don't need that to take the videos. Also noted is a camera flash, which is right next to the camera, an LED flash, which allows you to take pictures in low light situations. So that's also welcoming. And here on the next slide are pictures taken with the iPhone 4. They came directly off Apple's website, so they are real. Here we go. Bam. There are the pictures. Two excellent pictures that I thought were the best examples. You can see the detail in the picture on the left, the water, you can see the bubbles, you can see the bridge in the background, the rocks, and then on the right you can see the water droplets on the individual pieces of grass. It's just amazing. All right. The new gyroscope. I'm a little confused on this, which is just me, but it allows for better controls while playing games on your iPhone your iPhone 4. So it's 6-axis, just as in the PS3 controllers, and allows for more precise controls. Steve Jobs showed it off by playing Jenga, and it notices every little movement on how you tilt your phone while you're playing the game. So that was pretty cool. And it'll work with the accelerometer to provide the best possible gaming experience. This will make Doodle Jump, Monkey Ball, whatever game uses an accelerometer a lot better. Battery life. Apple claims the battery can last up to 40% longer in some situations. They're the specs, but the two specs that stand out the most to me are the 40 hours of music playback, which is awesome, and the 10 hours of browsing over Wi-Fi, which is also awesome. Nearing the iPad, but probably not quite, but it's great. Now, FaceTime. This is the big feature, the Apple claims it'll change how we communicate forever, and this was the one more thing at Apple's WWDC. Now, basically, it's just video chatting, but it's through calling. So it must be over Wi-Fi for now. Hopefully, later there will be over 3G. It must be an iPhone 4 to iPhone 4. Basically, it's as simple as you make a call, select a contact, and when you call a person, it'll automatically detect if they have an iPhone 4. And if they do, you can hit the FaceTime button right below the keypad button, and it'll start a video call. Once they answer, you see each other, and you can switch between cameras, so they can see you, or they can see what you're looking at through the camera on the back. This is great. You can flip between them whenever you want. It's great. And you can also drag your view. This is your view, or whatever one you're looking at, to any corner of the screen, depending on the situation. So they claim this is the big new feature. Conclusions. Without a doubt, iPhone 4 is the biggest leap since the original iPhone. The camera quality is absolutely superb. It looks almost as good as the professional cameras, in my opinion. The FaceTime is cool, and hopefully we'll see that updated to work over 3G later in 2011. I love the new design, and the battery life is also much awaited, as the battery on my 3G is pretty much awful. And the phone is going to fly with Apple's new processor. So it'll be good to see how, the multitasking, the switching apps, the emailing, the web browsing all works out on this excellent new device. So to buy or not to buy? If you have an original iPhone, I would say without a doubt, yes. Your phone still uses Edge, and you will not receive the 4.0 update at all. No more software support for the original iPhone, so it is highly recommended that you update. If you have an iPhone 3G, I would say yes, unless you are in grave financial problems, because the 3G will receive the 4.0 update, but will not receive the multitasking feature, which is considered to be key in these devices. If you have a 3GS, I'd say maybe. If you're fine with the phone that you have, which is the 3GS is also a great phone, then you don't need to. But if you do want it, check if you have an upgrade by dialing *639#. It'll give a little spinning wheel, and they'll send you a text saying, yes, you are, no, you aren't, and they'll go over all that stuff. Because if you're not eligible for an upgrade, you have to pay $399 for the 16 gig model and $499 for the 32 gig model. The normal prices are $199 for the 16 gig, $299 for the 32 gig, and this phone will be available to purchase on June 24th and available for pre-order on June 15th. So save up your money, get your credit card ready to pre-order or to buy on launch day. So thanks for watching. Please visit our Twitter at @AppOSX. Rate, comment, subscribe. It really helps our channel, helps us develop our website, and helps us make better videos. And also visit our website, of course, apposx.com. That's it. Thanks.